Basketball coach born Philip Douglas Jackson on September 17, 1945 in Deer Lodge, Montana. Widely considered one of the greatest coaches in history of the NBA, Phil Jackson led the Chicago Bulls to 6 NBA titles from 1989 to 1998, and the Los Angeles Lakers to 3 consecutive NBA titles with an extra 2 to add on. Here today we have Phil Jackson, one of the greatest coaches of all time. So, Mr. Jackson, can you give us a little background about yourself and the man you've become today?
Yeah, okay. I'm Phil Jackson. I was born on September 17th, 1945 in Montana. I later attended high school at Williston in North Dakota, where I played varsity basketball. I also played baseball, football, and threw discus and track and field in my high school. I later got a scholarship for basketball at the University of North Dakota, which I continued to pursue until I was older.
Where do you think basketball is taking you?
Well, actually, I was drafted by the New York Knicks in 1967, second round pick. I ended up playing on the Knicks for 14 years, where I wasn't really a star player, but I understood my role as a team member and what I had to do. I later retired in 1980, where I really focused on kind of my inner peace and how I was gonna become a coach. And I tried to pursue that in every way I could and try to make it so that players could understand how to work together as a team.
And how did you come to use your relaxation method in the game of basketball?
Well, it actually all started out when I was on a road trip with the New York Knicks for the NBA, and I picked up a book by William James, The Varieties of Religious Experiences. This book was about the stories and events of Quakers and Christians and Shakers, and it was their mystical experience. And it didn't really have to do with drugs or any of that. It was a really life-changing book for me that helped me find my inner peace. It was kind of the first time that I ever found the inner peace in myself, and from then on I knew that this was the direction for me. I then began meditating. I picked up books on how to meditate. I used breathing techniques. This was kind of a way for me to calm my body down from all the pressures from basketball and coaching and that aspect. And that's when I really turned to the method of Zen, where I explored its emphasis on how one could clear its mind and kind of focus on the tasks ahead of you instead of all the hoopla that goes on around.
Mr. Jackson, you have coached some of the greatest players of all time, such as Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, and they've had some great words to say about you, how you have been one of the greatest coaches of all time. What's your secret to coaching?
Well, actually, Michael Jordan used to say that success turns we's back into me's. And that's one of the main things that I tried to focus on as a coach, where players would kind of lose sight of what their job was. And once games started to go their way and they started to win, they wanted more jobs, they thought they could do more, and their egos would elevate. I used to tell my teams before games a poem that said, "For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack." And that really means that as a team we must stay together, that every individual is a major aspect, and that by themselves they mean nothing and they can't do anything on their own. I also used to tell my teams that before a game, simply I would say chop wood and carry water. This means that we know what to do and we just need to go out there, play minute by minute, and do the task that's right ahead of us. My goal as a coach was to master the game not only physically but mentally also.